hearing something.
What?
Keep talking.
I am talking. We are troubleshooting so much.
Echo.
That's my phone.
Terrible echo.
That's my phone.
Right now, what we're trying to do is figure out how to get Whatnot to see everything, because everything else looks like it's kind of working. I'm just going to talk at random because we are also troubleshooting audio. And apparently we have terrible echo. It's amazing how all of the practice shows work just fine. And then
All right, Steve, we need you to say Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. I'm seeing a picture on my Whatnot, but I had that before.
Your, like, whatnot, like your,
My face?
no, I think your picture with doggy.
Okay. That one should be gone now. Once you go out of a show, it's gone. So I had to make a new one.
It's still a picture of doggy. The show's ended. New upcoming shows. All right, let me see if I can make a new show. Oh, yeah, okay.
Are we still echoey?
Are we still echoey?
No.
No. Excellent. Okay. So maybe we're up and running? Let me check Instagram. Oh, it is? Perfect. Okay. So,
I need to test your audio on everything.
oh, excellent. So we're up on Whatnot, we're up on Instagram, we're up on Facebook, and we're up on YouTube. This was a bad idea for me to try 4 different things at once after having not done this for 5 years. Listen, you have to think big and then fail, and then it's how you learn.
Try the audio. So, testing audio on YouTube.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, so now that you can hear, welcome everybody. We'll echo on YouTube.
Did the echo go away?
All right, we're trying to figure out the echo on Facebook.
It's not echo.
And I think that's the last thing we need to figure out. Maybe. And then we can actually get started. Only a half hour late. A lot of echo. I don't know why we would even be getting echo.
Whatnot has 0 echo and sounds pretty.
Okay. So I guess one thing is that if you are on one of the things that is echoing, maybe head on over to Whatnot. We will be selling stuff, and that's the only place that we can do that part. So it's actually a conspiracy. We're making it really unpleasant on the other things on purpose, because we know what we're doing. Just so that you'll come to Whatnot. Because we don't actually have a ton of stuff to sell on Whatnot, but we do have some kind of cool stuff.
Just the Whatnot link in Facebook.
Excellent. So what we were thinking we would do is we would start by, I'm just going to do a little sketch, and I'll show you some of the stuff that we'll auction off over the weekend, and then we'll do some question and answer type stuff. I'll ramble and tell stories. One caveat that those of you who have seen me in conventions already know is I have a hard time drawing and talking at the same time. So when I start drawing, I'll stop becoming coherent. And when I start becoming coherent, I will often stop drawing. I apologize for that. It's just how I am. And I'm too old to fix that sort of thing. So, I guess first we'll just do some little preview. So you guys have seen some of this stuff on the, oh, are we doing the Jon Stewart thing? Did we though? Okay. Yeah, I mostly see, okay. But I don't think it actually switched. So you've seen this on the social media that we're going to auction. Some stuff you haven't seen is maybe it's going to be real hard to tell what that is. This is the broker's insignia from New Capenna. And when I did New Capenna, I did a bunch of new things that worked out very well. And then I stopped doing those things for reasons I may explain later. But one of the things is I usually do a little bit of 3D modeling to make reference. And I had gotten a new fancy 3D printer. So I basically printed a bunch of my reference. Like the charm there, but also another bigger charm, the Obscura charm. And I thought, you know, I'll print it, I'll photograph it, I'll use that as my reference, and it worked out super great. And so I have these kind of reference things. I thought maybe I will be like Victor Adam, and sell my like reference maquettes and stuff like that, because they're mostly at this point collecting dust. I have a lot of junk. And truth be told, a little ulterior motive. A lot of what we're going to sell in auction is stuff that has just been sitting around that we just want to get rid of. It's still good stuff. It's stuff that we wouldn't bring to a convention. So we have metal prints, which we bring to conventions, but we usually take a few home. And as we swap out inventory and we get newer pieces and stuff like that, we just don't have room. It's the same with playmats. We have stacks of playmats that we'll probably never actually sell all of them, because we sell them online, but we have to buy in bulk. And so we have way more than we are going to ever sell online. We mostly sell stuff at conventions. Anyways, I'm going to start sketching something. Most of the folks who got in on the pre-order thing, I guess they're not really pre-orders, asked for some version of Liliana. Surprise, surprise. So I tried to make them all cool and unique and stuff, but I figured that's what we'll sketch, since that seems to be what a lot of people are interested in. And if we have any artists in the stream, we can certainly talk art and process and all that good stuff. If there aren't artists and you don't care and you just want me to shut up and draw, I can totally do that too. Also, I'm going to try, just see if this works. This little camera has a light on it, but yep, it's as awful as I thought it was. I also don't know like where this dark shadow is coming from. It's like not. It doesn't exist on the thing I'm seeing. It's like a gradient that's added later, because it's weird. And I think for the next stream, I will bring a light.
I can probably track them down. I'm gonna keep working on it.
They say it's the AI filter.
It's the AI filter. Oh, we're already starting that. You don't open that, kick that bucket of hornets.
The trick is Steve's art is not AI generated, but Steve himself is actually AI generated.
I come from the future,
Little known fact.
where Terminators rule.
Oh, Steve, you should also tell people about Congress.
Oh, yeah. So all the regular stuff that we have on our website is convention pricing, but only for the people who are watching the stream. So if you want to pick up anything, if you enter the discount code REJECTICON with no little dashes, even though I put dashes in everything, then you get 20% off. So pretty good. Earlier today, Kat was like, "You should do coupons," and I'm like, "Cool." And she asked, "Did you do the coupon?" I'm like, "Yes, for 20% off." And she's like, "Well, that is a lot." But we like you guys. Part of the reason that we can charge less at conventions is we can just hand it to you. Like there's no shipping, there's no boxes, there's no spent time either of getting the stuff ready, and a lot of what we ship is just a little bit too big for our mailbox. So I have to take it to the post office, which is part of why I don't get orders out every day. I'll usually do orders once or twice a week, depending on if I have any.
So somebody's asking, what 5 cards would you pick from before an artist series Secret Lair?
Okay, so we have a question from the chat, and I'm imagining you can't hear Kat over there because we only have the one mic on me. Oh, you can? Okay, so everybody heard that. 5 cards for a Secret Lair. That's a very good question. I would probably want, like, it's hard to not just say all the coolest old school cards, you know, like, I want to do a Diabolic Tutor, and I want to do a Platinum Angel, and I want to do that big 10/10 Infect guy, Blightsteel Colossus, and stuff like that. And I thought about contacting the art director who does the Secret Lair, because I've done like the Secret Lair for Sheldon Menery. I worked on, so I was going to follow up with him and be like, hey, so I want to do my own Secret Lair. So I was looking into what people had already done, and there are a really lot of Diabolic Tutor. Yeah. Not the other ones. And so I was like, you know, as much as I want to do that, I don't want to be like the 100th version of Diabolic Tutor. So that made me start thinking, maybe I want to do really obscure stuff. Stuff that maybe isn't something people would put in many decks, but is just kind of artwork that's cool. I mean, Reserve List would be awesome. There's if I could do a Black Lotus and a Secret Lair, well, everybody would hate me, because if I managed to pull that off, that would destroy the whole everything about Black Lotus. But I digress. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? I've never done. I don't think I've ever done a Magic Dragon. Like, I've done dragons for a lot of other things, but I don't think I've ever. I did Enigma Drake. Thanks, Scott. You remember my stuff better than I did.
He says another show would be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to do more Planeswalkers. So much fire. Yes.
All right, Steve, I do have to do a pull-out.
Oh yeah?
The minions are here.
Minions?
Of course.
Hi, Minions.
Minions are, they got the names.
Oh, really?
We got Keeson.
So we got the cute thing here. Oh.
Of course, minion number 1, Justin's here.
So the cute little guy here, he's on the back of one of the Ascended Minion sketch cards.
So yeah, we got people showing up in force. Call out.
That's awesome.
Here.
I'll be honest.
Roscoe's here.
Oh, awesome. So I'll be honest, I was really worried that we would be totally alone and I would just be talking into the nether. Aw, Sir Robert the 55th, we haven't heard from you for a while. How are the minions? I'm delighted that you guys are still around and that you're here for the stream.
By the way, Justin said he loves this, and you noticed that in the description.
You got a shout out on your background. Just looked up listener elf. Great background details.
Oh, thank you. We should maybe at some point we'll pan back a little bit. So we've got like a this is Wayne Reynolds original. Drew Baker right behind me with this Garuk. We have a lot of art in our house. That's where we spend all of our money. We started collecting prints from friends, right? And going to conventions and buying prints. And we just got stacks and stacks to where we could not display them all. Then we started being like, well, we'll get a little fancier, we'll get original sketches. And we got Donato original sketch, we have Brahm original sketch, we have Todd Lockwood original sketch, we have some Alan Williams, we have a whole bunch of cool, we have Aaron Miller, we have just a ton of cool sketches. And then at some point, I don't exactly remember when, we were like, oil paintings are even better. And that's where it's dangerous. Oil paintings are not cheap, and they're really cool. Like once you start collecting actual originals, it's like you can't go back. There really is something about the actual paint and the depth and all that sort of stuff that it just doesn't come across in prints.
Aaron was losing their mind with Brahm.
Yeah. That was actually a gift from one of the minions. Which was, it's a hell of a gift, right? Like, here, have an original Brahm sketch.
By the way, I've seen people on Facebook, the people who are very with the Echo. Russell has been there, our support there.
Russell Valhalla?
No, Russell Franz.
Oh.
So Russell's saying, can you talk a little about that Return of Warlord Saga Storm?
Well, I don't know a lot of details about it. I'm excited that they're coming back. The new owners have contacted me about using some of the old art, which I love that they're actually doing that, because there have been other game companies. Well, okay. Fantasy Flight didn't check in with the licensing when they bought L5R. There were some problems there. Because you may have heard, maybe you don't know, but for Legend of the Five Rings and Warlord, while it was under Alderac Entertainment Group, they just licensed the work for 5 years. And then they had an option to renew it every 5 years for the same price that they commissioned it for. Now that's really good for artists, and it's good for the company to some degree, because are we looking for what the shadow is?
No. Do you have a mic on this? And that's where our extras.
Oh, maybe. It's only supposed to take one source for the audio. Is it that when I get closer you can hear it more? Yeah, it's weird. So anyway, the folks who are starting up Warlord again, they've asked about licensing, and I'm I'm a big fan of bringing stuff like that back. So I basically told them, go ahead, do whatever you need to do to make it legal. Because I mean, like we haven't actually talked since then. But I'm like, you know, I'll do an invoice for $1 or something, and we'll say license for a year's worth of print runs or something, and then if it's wildly successful, then it'd be nice to have some extra cash. But if it's Warlord's kind of a labor of love. I don't think it ever was super profitable, and I like to be able to support stuff like that without breaking people's budgets. So that was a long-winded way of saying I don't know what's happening with the new Warlord, really.
Except they're being off.
Except that, yeah, they're doing stuff right. I really like the new folks, and I've liked everybody with Warlord. Like when I went to Phoenix Interactive, those guys were great. Alderac, of course, is great. I will say that I've only had a handful of companies in my entire career that were bad to work with. For the most part, the whole industry is people who are doing stuff that they want to do for the right reasons, and the hard part is making enough money that you don't drown. It's true of art and gaming and all these things like. These are difficult industries, and as somebody mentioned earlier, you mentioned the AI thing. That's going to make it harder. But I'm going to leave that topic alone.
Just to remind people, we are getting echo on all of the social media. So if you don't want echo, come on over to Whatnot.
Yes.
That's also where we will do auctions and stuff later.
We have stuff to buy. Since I had to stop and restart the Whatnot stream, all of those auctions are not showing up like they did a second ago, and it would take me too long to go and put those all back. So I don't think we're going to have any auctions for this stream, unfortunately. But we'll show you the stuff that we will auction, and if you want to come back. I see this. Look, you guys, minions. It's a little bit blurry, but this is a Pegasus who little Lop rides him. Actually, he's small enough I can just show him here. Look, little 3D Lop with the signature Lop butt. This was a test prototype thing for a larger sculpture version of it that I gave to my mom because she loves pigs and she loves angels and she loves the little Lop that I draw. For the longest time, every time I would come over, she would hand me a Sharpie and want me to draw it on something, or dry erase marker and cover her fridge with them.
Explain your audio and that kind of entirely. I'm going to kill this one just to see coming from somewhere else.
Okay. Cool. We're fiddling with audio again. So
Tony said about the Okay, coming back.
Okay, We're talking to see if the audio is coming back.
That's our only audio source.
Well, and it also is weird that it's it resynced. Oh.
At least, now your echo is in sync.
Well, no, I'm not.
Apparently, Whatnot is the place to be. It's the only place where everything's working right. Although we had the problem right at the beginning, it didn't work at all. This is my first Whatnot stream. I've been meaning to do some Whatnot for years. I was introduced to it at the Magic Summit, the first Magic Summit from a couple of years ago. And the professor, the Tolarian Community College professor, is like, hey, you got to do this, man. Super cool. He told me a little bit about how they work, and he'd met with some of the guys who are building it, and sounded like they were really cool. And I just kind of been.
All right. Let's just keep going with Whatnot. We'll fix.
Okay. For people who are on other streams besides Whatnot, Whatnot is working. Everything else is a little bit finicky. It sounds like, and we're just gonna deal with it. So we should have less interruptions for Whatnot, and everybody else should just come there.
Someone in the chat is teaching people how to throw hearts up.
Oh,
Whatnot.
awesome.
But, I will keep an eye on the other chats. But we'll take most everything on Whatnot.
So some of the other stuff that we will have. We have metal prints. We have. See if I show.
Ask Roxas teaching you how to throw hearts.
Awesome.
And Cat BFF is also on.
Awesome. Okay, so this. See how it's all shiny and chrome. When we were figuring out how to do our mythic signatures, I went a little bit nutty and thought, how much can I do with this? Can I do custom artwork? Can I do the whole map with weird foil craziness? And turns out I can. However, it's a lot of work. So this is probably the only one that's ever going to exist. Because it's one of those things where it's cool, but the amount of effort it takes and it just ends up meaning it would be too expensive. Like nobody wants to spend a ton of money for a little fancy foil thing, and it would require a ton of money to be worth my time.
So that'll be one of our one-offs.
Yep.
That will sell. What other one-off do you want me to grab? We're gonna show this one, but this one's not for sale.
Oh, this is just awesome.
So, Robert was already talking in the chat about how much he loves Mervin, the wizard, and wizard, and the frugal wizard. So we have the wizard, and then it comes with the optional addable beard. And this was done by wasn't it
Mem. At Dragon Steel.
Cute little frugal wizard Mervin. Scott's just breaking stuff. Is it possible to combine desk mat shipping with pre-ordered APs for Reject.com?
Oh yeah. If you order stuff through the website, it has like an auto calculator for shipping, which kind of works, but it seems to, particularly for foreign shipping, overestimate. And if it, and I don't think it actually combines shipping for. Well, I think it's supposed to. If you order a bunch of stuff and it charges you an outrageous amount of shipping, I will go in and refund it. It should bundle it all together, I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, Steve,
Oh,
working on that sketch.
sorry. Anything that you buy here with Whatnot, they bundle it all together for each stream, and then it's all kind of handled on their side, which hopefully means it's cheaper because they probably have some kind of a big, nice arrangement. Okay, so that's good for.
Their shipping then if they buy Whatnot?
I've never used the Whatnot ship. I mean, this is the first time we've done it, so I don't know. I'm sure that we can figure something out where it should bundle it all together, but like if you buy something on this stream and then another stream, I don't think it's smart enough to put those together. But I can figure out how to get you your money back one way or the other.
And J Foods is just saying that they were trying to use the discount code to pick up desk mount.
Oh, I see what you're saying. If you buy something on the website and on the stream, yeah, well, that's easy enough. I can just refund the shipping on the website and then let Whatnot do its thing. Does that make sense? We're learning. It's we also all the things that would distract me kind of happened at once. I got busy with a few projects that are like multi-year projects that like suddenly got some traction going. We were babysitting my adorable nephews, which is awesome. But I didn't get quite as much done as I thought I would because they're fun.
So people are wondering, these sketches, are these for auctions, or are these pre-order pieces? What are you
Okay. So this little warm-up guy, that's not for anybody. So that can be auctioned off. I can polish it up a little bit, but it's more of a warm-up. All of the pre-ordered stuff, everybody who got in on the Reject.con orders, the sketches are done. All the stuff you've seen posted, all of these here, all the sketches are done. They just need to be painted, which we're going to be doing some of this weekend. I wish I could say, yes, we're going to paint each one. And you're going to see it live on the stream, but that is not happening. It takes way too long. So what's most likely going to happen is for each stream, I will paint like an hour on one of them. And we'll do some sketches that will be auctioned off. That will be available.
We convinced Russell Franz to come over from Facebook. He downloaded the app.
Awesome.
Sorry. Scott is in the background. If you guys remember Scott
From Sketch and Scotch.
So Scott is trying to get a new like working. He's the person who's hearing in the background.
So we also have some of the sketches that I haven't quite finished, but they will be. So like these guys,
Scott, can you
which
swap
you
it to that camera?
you've seen posted. These were kind of. I just had a hankering to do some artist proof sketches. A month and a half or so ago, and I thought I don't want to like start taking orders because I just kind of want to do some and not worry about it. That's what these are. So they were just kind of for fun, but I'm going to finish them up and they will be available. Maybe not on this. Maybe not for this Rejecticon because the paintings take a while.
Someone's wondering if they're MTG or Fab. They're both.
Yeah, we've got some of everything. So, like, this is a sketch of Levia, and it's on a blank Flesh and Blood card. The Dramai, she is on a Dominia, because, that's the dragon I did.
The sketches are fine.
I guess if people are like, I really like the drawing all by itself, then we could totally sell the drawing all by itself. That makes it faster for me. Let's see. This is a Glistener Elf on a Glistener Elf.
So people are getting sad that they missed the orders, and I'm wondering if more slots are going to be ready. No, more slots are not ready, but
So
we are going to auction off some pre-done pieces.
yeah, we'll have some pieces that we'll auction off. We'll do some sketches during Rejecticon that we'll auction off. But I already took too many, and so we're not gonna be taking any more. We were talking we would if this goes well and I don't make a complete fool of myself, then we might try and make it like a yearly thing. Actually do it convention style. And I just don't want to make any promises that like, oh, well, as soon as I get wound down from real events, then maybe we'll do it again in a certain amount of time. But we do kind of want to do more of this sort of thing.
If it goes well, we want to make it a thing.
After this, we have our real conventions starting up again. So we're going to do Gen Con next month, then Dragon Con, then Luca Comics and Games, and then Dragon Steel Con. And I think that's all we're doing this year. That we have planned. We wanted to do more Flesh and Blood events, but unfortunately they lined up just wrong with all of the things that we already had planned. And that's how it goes so often. Like 3 events we want to go to will be planned on the same weekend. Or like we'll make plans that we're like just arbitrary. Like, well, we're going to go do this on this weekend because nothing else is happening. And then as soon as we've like bought plane tickets and committed to it, that's when people start letting us know when other stuff is coming.
Someone's asked if you're doing pre-orders for Gen Con.
So no, we're not doing like Gen Con. We mostly don't do pre-orders for shows anymore. Because I just got busy and there's so much prep, and then at the show we kind of don't usually do very many. Some busy shows we don't do them at all, and I know that sucks, and it makes me a terrible person.
That's why we're doing Rejected.
But that's part of why we're doing this. It's true.
Someone says you probably can't say, but no Vegas.
No, we're not in Vegas. Partially it's when it is, but mostly it's that ReadPop has turned me down 3 out of 4 times, and so I'm not going to plan around them anymore. Like, Vegas is the easiest show for us because we can drive. But until they start doing things a little more professionally, I'm just not even going to bother.
The reason you guys got this.
It's why we're doing Rejecticon.
We had set this time aside months and months ago, and then we got declined. And we also got turned down for Philly. So we'll make our own con.
With blackjack and hookers. In fact, screw the convention.
Can people hear me now? Am I coming through at all? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to this mic.
I get a mic, guys.
Yay!
Let's so I get my computer here. Listen. Your echo might be through your headphones. I don't know. I'm just experimenting that. Try. It's just stressful. Just yes. Where's your?
I have a mic. Oh, I'm very loud.
Where's yours?
Hey, Steve, talk.
I'm talking. Am I really loud too? Or is it?
No, I'm just as loud as you.
Are we the right? Are we about
Just
to
surprise.
or should I do it
Me and him are equal. You had been talking, which is quieter,
Oh, sorry.
and I had been projecting a little
She
to get
projects.
on Steve's mic, so it freaked me out. You might want to check the audio now too, because I can't.
Ask the audience, are we getting echo still?
We'd have to ask for Facebook. I'm on what? No one's been.
Instagram, is there still echo?
It's better still echoes, is what they said on Instagram. Panda is our only person on Facebook, and I'm trying to con her to coming over to Whatnot. And I'm not seeing anyone on YouTube. Yeah, let us know in the chats. None on Instagram. Thanks for helping. I had to take off my headphones that I was doing that because I put on the mic, and it is really screwing with me to have my headphones for an audio check and have the mic on. So. You can blame my headphones. All right, just blame my headphones.
Hopefully that's better.
Panda says getting echo. All right, sorry, let's focus again. Oh, random question, you ready? Keeson is calling it SteveCon. That is what Rejecticon is. You're at SteveCon right now. Top 5 fast food restaurants in order.
Fast food?
Fast, because it's fast.
Probably. Okay, I can't do them in order. And I guess it kind of depends on what counts as fast food, because like I would say Cup Pop if that counts as fast food, but it's kind of nicer than fast food.
No, because it started as a food truck. So I'd say that's fast food.
Okay, Cup Pop's number one.
Someone, okay, the person who gave you the thing says it has a drive-through.
Has a drive. Well, Cup Pop has a
Cup
drive.
Pop, if it's a food truck, I
Actually,
still
there's
am
lots
gonna
of
say.
nicer places that have. Well, not nicer, but like Cafe Rio has a drive-through. Cubby's has a drive-through. But okay, you're probably meaning like more conventional things. So it would probably be Arby's, Wendy's, McDonald's, if their frosty machine is working. Cubby's isn't fast food though.
It has a drive-through.
It has a drive-through, but it's like nicer burgers and things. I mean, JCW, I guess.
When you're not getting food poisoning. Oh wait,
That was me.
That was me.
Although that's probably more local, right?
Some of them
JCW's
are.
Arctic Circle.
That's a local one too.
Is that local?
Well, but we don't go to Arctic Circle for the burgers. We go there for the shakes.
That's true. So many fast food places we just go to for whatever ice cream they have. Like Wendy's I'll get like nuggets and fries so that I don't feel as guilty about going just for a Frosty. Arctic Circle, we just get the shakes.
Yeah, the other food is not worth it.
True enough.
See, Arctic Circle does the old school. They'll do a malt or a shake.
Yep. And they do the candy bar mix-ins, but like they just like throw a candy bar in there and chunk it up. It's not like scoops of stuff that has kind of been sitting and getting stale. So
What are you drawing on right now, Steve?
I am drawing on an ever-flowing chalice because I have a lot of them, and I just got a new whole box of them. So when I just want to doodle on something and I don't care, or if somebody wants a sketch and they don't care what card it's on, it will be an ever-flowing chalice or a Never Nearles disc.
At least both of them are usable. I mean,
Yeah, it's not that they're bad cards, it's that
they put them in every
they've
set.
reprinted them so many times because they're great for Commander and they're in a lot of the Masters sets and stuff like I have hundreds and hundreds. And I know, like they still sell, and I have them pretty cheap. I think they're all $10. But like I have more than I'm ever gonna sell, and I keep getting more. I mean, these came like a few days ago.
Jason says Chelsea's always a good one. They filled it with Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Speaking of, oh no, I don't know if I can move around with this. I feel like I'm tied in. Okay. Sorry. I'm walking around with my mic. Because I'm going to go get Steve a Mountain Dew. See, this is the nice thing also about doing it at home, because I can sit on my couch and make fun of Steve.
And I don't have to wear pants because you can't see anything from the waist down.
Don't stand up, please. Surya is asking if you could get to be on any commander, like how Post Malone is, what would you pick? So Post Malone,
If I could be a commander?
aren't you already? Not a commander, I guess. You're a planeswalker.
I am on a few cards, not just my own. My planeswalker. I'm not sure if they would want me to mention that.
What when you've been a planeswalker for?
Yeah.
You can say what you've modeled for.
Okay, it's probably not a big thing. So I modeled for Howard Lyon for something reunion. Cathartic reunion. So I was Gideon. And he wanted to do like a write-up and everything. And he asked Wizards, and they didn't want him to do that for some reason. I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't know the details.
Yeah, I don't know the details, and I don't want to make it seem like Wizards is unreasonable or anything. But for some reason, they didn't want him to do a write-up on the process and stuff like that. And they have their reasons. Sometimes they're reasons.
Heartwarming redemption.
Heartwarming redemption. That's the one.
So if you go look up heartwarming redemption, it's pretty obvious it's Steve.
And kind of by rare happenstance, Drew Baker was in town. He's another Magic artist. He lives in New York, so he's on the other side of the planet. Oh, yeah, that's Drew Baker. The one who did the Garuk behind me. Since we're wide shot, I can show you the other ones, even though they're totally blurry. So this and these two here are Greg Manchess. This one here, it's called Major Tom, and I know you can't see it very well. It's a cat as an astronaut, and that was our first original. We bought it at Spectrum Live from Greg, and it was amazing. And I tried to buy, well, I bought another original, which is this tiny little samurai helmet, right? I love that sort of stuff. I love Japanese history, culture, armor. You know, I did L5R forever because I just love that stuff. So he had these little bits of samurai armor that he had painted, and it was like before the show even started. He's put it up, and I'm like, I want that. And he had a price on it, so I'm like, here you go. And later on during the show, he's like, hey, so I took the price tag off so that people know that it's sold. And a lady came by and really wants it. Like offered me a lot of money. So, you know, normally it's way no bueno to take back a sale, but we're friends. And you know how it is. So what if I just did one for you later?
Specifically for you.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, if you could make more money, that's awesome. And if you have time to do a custom or a piece just for me, that's awesome. And he did two instead. When I saw him the next time, he's like, hey, I did these for you, with you in mind. And I did two of them because I couldn't decide which one I liked better. So that's awesome. Greg is awesome.
That's Greg Manchess. So yeah, he's an amazing artist.
One of the things that I love about this as a career is professional artists and professional creatives in general. They're just nice people. I think that there's a certain amount of humility that they have to have in order to get to a professional level. And there's really no competition between most of the artists I know, at least. They compete a lot with themselves. You know, they're always trying to figure out how to be better, and they're really hard on themselves. But when it comes to other artists, it's just like everybody's fans of everybody. Everybody's really helpful, and it's like we're one of those communities that's small enough we all have to look out for each other.
So our new friend Russell is wondering if you have or have seen any L5R originals from Bill O'Connor. He was the reason that he fell in love with CCG art.
I've seen originals. Back when when I first started going to Gen Con, Bill went as well. That was just like the first 2 or 3 years. And honestly, I was kind of intimidated by him. Because I mean, he was
That's before we were also buying originals or sketches even.
Oh, it was long before that. It was when if I went to an event and came back with any money at all, I was thrilled. Right. For any aspiring artists who happen to be watching, there's definitely an uphill climb for making a living at it, but it does get better. Like you do build. It's not like your first year is what it's going to always be like, or second or third even. You kind of just keep growing, and so does your client rate or your clients, and so do your rates. So kind of great.
Follow-up question. If you could own any piece of CCG art and or game art, what would you pick? And Steve, I'm just gonna say this. It's not for the money, and you know it. You know you would pick something for the beauty of the art, not just to turn around and sell it for $40 million.
Yeah. So yes, I'm not going to say Black Lotus. Even though, like I would love a Chris Rush piece, but I kind of wouldn't want one of his big, popular, famous ones. I would want one of his more personal pieces. Because when Chris came back and started doing events and stuff, we got to be good friends. And I would just like to, have something to remember him by, I guess. Have something.
Russell was saying Chris Rush original forests are amazing. Justin saying his favorite Chris Rush piece is Green Mana Battery.
And other artists or other pieces that I would like, they're mostly going to line up with that same sort of thing of I want stuff from artists that I like, not necessarily because I like the cards or whatever. So I would love to have a Howard buy-in.
Well, but I think the spirit of the question is a piece of art that really stands out to you. I mean, yes, we have art from our friends that we love, but is there a piece that you would just love to have?
So the hard part is narrowing it down, right? There's so much. So I guess if it could be just like whatever, I would probably pick a piece from either Brahm or Michael Whalen, and that's because they were so inspirational to me when I first started.
And luckily we have that one Brahm.
We do. We have Brahm sketch.
I wonder if I can figure out how to get it on that big camera over there.
I haven't. So one day I'll have Michael Whalen. He's a nice guy. We've met him. I've got to paint right next to him. That's Luca Comics and Games is one of our favorite conventions because it does things in a way that other conventions just don't, right? And not to say that that's that conventions do things badly, but they have some things that started out small, became a tradition, and now they're big, and they really would be. It would really be hard to make work at a lot of other conventions. So Luca has an artist performance area. And it started out as, a handful of artists were like, hey, if you could give us some, like a little space and we'll just do like live paintings and we'll like give them to charity at the end of the show or something. And that's what they did. And as the show got bigger and more artists started coming, more, there it is. Desolation Angel sketch.
Sorry about the glare from the window outside. But that's the one we have.
Your recording has stopped. Please check that you have at least 200 megabytes available free space. Oh, that's probably local recording, which I don't actually remember asking to do, but that should be fine. As long as I don't kill the laptop.
They also love just a shout out, they love the Logan Next Door. They cut a piece of that. That is and this actually goes back to what you were just talking about when we kind of interrupted with that. That's a Luca piece. So Steve was talking about going to Luca Comics and Games where you can paint right next to these other artists. They have people do paintings for 5 days and then they auction it to a children's hospital. And that's where we picked up that amazing Logan, which is by
Karl Kopinski.
Karl Kopinski. So that's a Karl Kopinski Logan, and we love it.
We also, just off to the side here, we have a Heather Edwards, who you don't know her from Magic or card games because, to be honest, she's too good for that. She's really good. And she does spectacular dragons and angels.
Yeah, bottom's not good, the top video is frozen.
It's frozen? Oh, no. Well, then I guess I'll drop a bit while we hope it comes back. I wonder if some of the problem is that I'm trying to stream to 4 places at once. So that might be something to not do next time.
So anyway, that's where some of those, and that links right back into the statement that Steve was saying about Luca is so awesome. You get to see these amazing, beautiful pieces, and so we've collected some over the years. We have two from Heather, Heather Edwards. We have that one from Carl Karpinski.
And one of my favorite things is if you are one of the artists, you get to hang out with and draw with all the other artists. There's about 30 that participate, and it's a really casual, like they rope off this chunk right in the middle of the convention. They have cameras and stuff, and they have about a dozen assistants that their job is just to whatever you don't want to do, they'll do. So you don't want to clean your paints, you don't want to set up your palette, you don't want to do any of that stuff. They'll just do it for you. And they'll bring you food and coffee, because it's in Italy. They love coffee. And they like, I don't actually like coffee that much, but I like coffee in Italy. They are serious about it. But I mean, for me, it's amazing because it's like, I'll be up there painting, and legitimately, it's like, Michael Whalen is here, Ciarello's here.
Steve, they can't see your camera. Frozen. That's why you were drawing.
No, I'm sorry. And one of my super like giddy starstruck moments was painting next to Michael Whalen. And he turns to me and he's like, do you think I should do this or should I do this? And I just sort of stared at him with a jaw open, like, you're Michael Whalen. I can't make any decisions for you.
Did you
You're
see
too
that?
good.
Speaking of Luca, they spoiled the artist here for Luca, and it's in Amano.
Oh, wow.
And Jay Foods is saying Amano might be at Luca this year. Amano was at Luca 2 years
2 years ago?
There,
Yeah.
And he did a couple sketches in that sketch area.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. But yeah, Amano did they just released it yesterday or today. They released the image for Luca Comics and Games, and it's in Amano.
That is. I'm looking forward to going back.
Okay, the whole just died.
I just unplugged it.
The whole, like,
The whole stream is dead.
even
Or like we have no video.
at all, not my sketching either.
I don't even think they have audio anymore.
Well, can you start it?
Dead? Let's see.
Yep, dead. Let me see about Facebook. Facebook's still going,
Okay.
but only with the monster.
You have to actually-
That is expected because we unplugged. Whatnot dropped again.
And YouTube is going to.
Come on, Whatnot. Why are you like this?
Evidently, we dropped on a cliffhanger.
Something about Amano, and then we.
And Scott can't blame my headphones anymore.
No. I mean, I still can.
Steve Argyle joined. And by the way, they still can hear us on the other ones. Facebook. Actually, I think there's no echo on Facebook. No.
Huh.
A step in the right direction. Who needs video? Just talk. And be doing a musical review for you for the next hour or two. Little known fact, Steve actually does a lot of vaudeville singing.
I don't know why it does this. So I might have to just stop and restart the whatnot again,
Okay.
which doesn't seem like the greatest solution. Because you have to set up all the stuff for the stream.
So it says you paused the show.
Okay.
Okay, it looks
Yeah, I can go out and in, but it doesn't.
visual.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. But you guys can hear me?
No.
Oh. All right. You're gonna let them know that we're going to just restart a new stream because that worked last time.
I'm putting rebooting into Instagram.
For everybody else, I'm sorry, we're troubleshooting again.
Did you restart it yet? Or?
No. It's it's not wanting to let me stop the stream either. So there may be just something bigger that's wrong with it.
Okay, you're paused. You joined the correct one.
It won't let me stop the show.
Sorry, people on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, and sorry to Whatnot because we led people astray. We were like, this is working the best, and now it's a mess.
But you have best regards from Portugal.
Oh,
Oh, muito bem. Bom dia, I guess. There's not know how to say good night in Portuguese.
okay, hang on. I might be able to save it. Picture's back.
There's a
And
picture.
audio is too.
And audio's back too? Okay.
And you didn't have to kill it.
Okay, well that, maybe we can, maybe that'll work again if it does it again.
Still don't see the top.
Maybe Zigato is having troubles.
Maybe.
Oh,
Crashed. That's why.
us on Facebook.
This is exciting.
Oh, my poor laptop. Awful.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it did that by default.
Is there replay and restart? The Elgato? Maybe.
Maybe.
You keep talking on Facebook for the Facebook and.
Okay, we'll keep talking. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing any troubleshooting now anyway. Scott's taken over. Aha! I see on that. A different thing. You guys, that still was working, I thought.
The active is back. I turned on my camera.
Yay!
Well, we will chalk all of this up to learning experience.
So I track everything for the future.
I'm thinking it's in software.
So you're still need to restart whatnot and not the worst.
Is whatnot not working again? I thought it had started up. Dang it! Why? Why does it keep doing this?
Technology here to make your life easier.
Okay, we'll see if this trick works again. Why?
Your voice sounds twice. Yeah, you're still getting that going.
The thing that I used last time is not there anymore. So I'm stopping and starting, or pausing and unpausing to see if that brings it back. Well, give me a moment. Because I think... Ha! I'm back, right?
You are.
I'm back.
Camera and audio is good on whatnot and terrible on the other two.
Yeah, Instagram's ugly again.
Okay.
Well, we're back a bit.
Restart the stream instead of having to shut it
Actually, shut it down. Yeah, that'll help a lot. Because we can't do any auctions now because that. But we'll do some tomorrow. Oh, we will do some tomorrow.
Life hack happy to screen share and stream YouTube Tuesdays now. We will test. By the way, to advertise for next. Tomorrow we will be streaming at
What did I do? It should be 1 to 3, then 4 to 6, then 7 to 9. I didn't think it would be this much troubleshooting. I thought it was going to be mostly me drawing and talking.
I'm mostly using you said 2 hours a day. Okay, to advertise, tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Then we'll take a hour break, come back 4 to 6 p.m. And then take a break again, hour, and then 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow. And we will have auctions and joyous things. All right. Back to we're at a cliffhanger.
Oh, yes, we were talking about a mono.
So I should ask them.
Yeah.
For it dropped off. So they'll have to tell us where it dropped off.
Yes. Tell us what we didn't tell you. Tell us what we didn't get to.
Oh, Amano doing art for 2 years ago. Sorry, some of them are repeat. 2 years ago, he was in the art area. And it looks like this year he's doing the art for their main advertising art. But he might be here too.
Most years they try and get the guest artist to do it, so he might be back as the guest artist.
Did some cool little fun sketches with these like giant fat markers in the performance art area. Again, they sell them for a hospital charity, which is so great. And Steve, in the meantime, while we were gone, did a switcheroo on his card that he was doing. And is doing something else. Doing a death or something, a reaper of some sort. What artist group is that on?
It's on an ever-flowing chalice. I have a box of them, and that's what I'm sketching on. Although I might switch to some NEMS discs because these are a little bit more plasticky than I like. This is the problem with artist proofs. Every set is like they're made a little bit differently, and so some artist proofs, they're just like plastic. Like if you draw on with a pencil, you can just wipe it off. And if you try to do anything with ink, it'll just never dry. So for cards that are like that, like for example, most of the printings of Liliana and the Veil are like the worst thing to draw on. So I have to sand them down to the next layer, which I mean, you're getting oil painting on it, so it's already going to be damaged, but it's like I hesitate to tell people that because it's like, yeah, I've sanded a good chunk of your card away. That's true.
Yeah, some of the first ones we experimented on, the oil painting off.
Yeah, I've had oil paintings where like once it's kind of flexed enough / had differences in temperature and humidity and stuff, it'll like stuff will start popping off. And that's heartbreaking for the person who has it. I hope that everybody who's had that problem has contacted me because it was only in the first few that I started oil painting on, and I just kind of oil paint by itself sticks well enough to that when it's wet. And what happened was once it dried, it didn't really stick. So now everything gets sanded, then primed, then oil painted and sealed. And I think that should be sturdy enough. I haven't had anybody mention that they've had a big problem with that since then.
Yeah, just the same, you'd like to hope that APs would have substitutes from the white surface.
Some of them do. It's mostly the older ones. I think maybe.
You don't even like tooth necessarily when you're painting. It's just you need the paint to stay.
Yeah, you just need something for it all to stick to. That is definitely the safest place for them.
Earlier, Robert was also saying that his oil painting that you use was one of the main things you want in his house.
Oh, awesome.
I keep my barrier in food since no one will ever see.
Astrosio uses it as an Oathbreaker commander.
Oh.
Justin was saying ignorance level unlocked. I thought tooth meant paint was stick. A tooth in general, correct me, Steve? Or you can explain what tooth is. How about that?
Tooth just kind of refers to the texture. So if you have something really smooth that would not have a lot of tooth, then a really rough texture, you would say has a lot of tooth because it kind of whatever you're using it bites in. I think that's probably where that came from. Yeah, canvas, lots of tooth, plastic, no tooth. And then like watercolor paper has a fair bit. Most sketch paper has decent amount of tooth, so you can sketch fast, and things like charcoal work well on it.
Cement has a lot of tooth.
And as to whether, like as a drawing surface, it's a matter of personal preference. And a little bit of what you're doing. Because like I mostly like to draw on smoother surfaces. Bristol paper, Yupo. Yupo's pretty plasticky, but it does stick, and it's a nice, smooth thing to work on.
Eric was wondering if you knew that teeth are not bones.
Teeth are not bones. Guess that makes sense. They're put together a little differently. But I guess I didn't know that explicitly.
This is what Eric says.
Oh. Such plentiful organs.
Steve,
Yes.
why are you working on new sketches? This is the work that people send you.
Because I haven't got my paints out. That was the last thing I was going to set up, and I didn't get all the other things set up first. So all the drawings are done, so I can't work on the drawing. I mean, there's no reason to. So I'm doing doodles because I don't have my paint set up, and it would take me 15 or 20 minutes to do that, and that would be the end of the stream. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask for a vote. If people want. Steve showed you, and could show you again, some of the pieces, the pre-done pieces, not for pre-orders, but he just did for himself and for funsies, that he has line work on, but he hasn't painted. And he was saying he wouldn't auction them, and maybe at another time. I'm saying he should just auction the line work pieces here for Rejecticon. So Steve, show us some of those pieces, and we'll get a vote.
So we have Bumblebee Dragon, which
Is on what?
that one's on a Nev's disc. We've got this is pen and ink.
Yeah, you're not gonna paint that.
This is well, I kind of want to do a little bit of color maybe, but it is. I mean,
Steve, I'll give that one. The voice. Yeah, and every time it's here, they vote to auction the sketches. And I agree, especially that one.
okay.
Auction them, Rejecticon originals.
For anybody who likes Flesh and Blood,
Auction it.
And that one's a pretty tight drawing.
And I agree with Justin on that wood blockish one. Do not color it. It looks very pretty.
I was going to leave the line work, but color it kind of like I do for the. Okay.
All right.
They have
Here's
spoken.
the cute little,
So this one.
I like
This-
sepia tone on that one personally.
It's kind of fun. And then this one.
Again, the sepia tone
So those are the ones that I have.
Those are the ones he says aren't done yet. Vote.
Oh, this dragon?
Auction them.
Rawr.
There was someone on the chat that just said, anything dragon. So.
Well, we have a lot of dragons. So this is the lady who makes the dragons with a pet dragon.
On the back of the dragon, right?
On the back of the dragon, a Daminia, a marble Daminia. This is Kyloria.
But then you have to keep in mind, when they auction, they can see what they're
It needs to have the yellow and the black stripes. But it would be faster to color because it would be more like this guy, cute, not super detailed.
All right. The Bumble Dragon is the only one I give you, and Justin's agreeing with me. The Bumble Dragon is the only one I give you a pass on. I say you auction the others.
All right. It'd be nice to do a little bit more Star Wars. It's been a while since I've done Star Wars. Pretty much since I went over to Disney. I don't know if they do things different or what, but I'd like to do like some Mandalorian maybe. I already work on. So it's a franchise that won't have anything more coming out, but Terry Pratchett, like Discworld. They ever did like super fancy. Well, they did more super fancy versions. We have that's the other.
Always gonna have, he has his own.
Yeah, I know. Paul Kidby, like I would feel like I'd be elbowing in because he's got it right. Like Terry Pratchett and Paul Kidby just go together. But that's one of the franchises. That's like one of my favorite series that I have not gotten to work on. Maybe so. There's I grew up with comic books, right? And I was a Marvel.
Someone added on a question.
Okay.
You're gonna go there. 3 superheroes you want to do a next gen concept art for. Because I think you're already headed redirect.
Next generation, huh?
Well,
Or
I
just-
think like how Peach Momoko did a reinvent and stuff.
Oh, I would love to do almost precisely what Peach has done, with doing kind of an Asian, old school version of some comics with some Japanese monsters, because they're just cool. But if I could work on some characters to maybe redesign them or just do my own thing. One of the sketches was I was asked to do my favorite X-Man. And that is hard because I grew up on X-Men. But I chose Storm because she's awesome.
Where did you pull that from? The hell?
I have lots of sketches. These are the ones. So this one is for.
Oh, so this one's a request.
Yeah. This is one that I'm going to paint over the weekend, but it's pre-ordered. Yes. So I would love to do a Storm. I know it's cliche, but Wolverine. He's been a favorite. and he's challenged because so many people have done him so well. Wolverine on Fire.
People online have heard of Peach too. They're saying they love her. Peach is awesome, and in person she is the sweetest, nicest person ever.
Yeah.
Her at Luca. And then we've seen her at other comics. She's a good friend. I love Peach and Peach
Yeah.
are amazing people. We actually have an original from Peach downstairs. Something me and Steve have started collecting is paintings from artists that are some sort of folklore or fairy tale. And they can pick. That's just the guideline. And Peach did a Little Red Riding Hood, but in like a samurai style. Little Red Riding Hood. It's amazing. Other people are saying Juggernaut, Gambit. Gambit's got my heart. But that's because like the 90s girl. And by the way, I know this is gonna be sad. I haven't seen the new X-Men 97. But actual 90s girl watching cartoons, I love Gambit.
We would get along well. So I don't know how much how far back Cats comics go, but there was when X-Men got a big shake-up, right around when Jim Lee took over and they went through the Siege Perilous and everybody got reincarnated. There was a Gambit and Storm story. But Storm didn't know, like she didn't remember anything. She was reincarnated as her like 8-year-old self, something like that. In Cairo, where she was just a thief and didn't know she was superpowered. And Gambit didn't know that either. That's where they met. That's where Gambit got introduced to the X-Men. And that is a great story. It's good.
They love Peach's version of armor.
That's what we got. We got Little Red Riding Hood is what she decided to do, but she's decked out in full samurai armor.
Version of armor that I think that's an X-Men character.
Oh, the character armor. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about our.
They'd love to see it. I think I pulled the Red Riding Hood off the wall. That's a lot easier than Logan. Oh, no, I can break it up.
Yeah, Logan's not coming off the wall. He's like 5 feet tall.
And we actually cut like a foot off of it.
Oh, and one of the fun things about the Logan on the wall is the frame. It's wood, but then it's got tobacco leaves glued to it. So it's a big tobacco leaf frame.
Which camera? Which one's gonna be the best? This one? I can't see what I'm doing.
There you go.
See all the little details. Anyway, that's that Peach Milwaukee. Custom. She's amazing and super nice and sweet. When we went to Japan, we went and visited them a little bit when we were in Tokyo. That was fun.
Yeah. They were super nice. Showed us around. We went to a restaurant that was. It's like
Japanese takes on Italian food.
yeah, it was like Japanese spaghetti with like ragu sauce and stuff. It was really interesting. It was really good. And it's hard to describe because it really is like this. It wasn't quite spaghetti noodles. It's more the thick but not udon thick Japanese noodles. But they were still like egg noodles rather than rice noodles. And then the sauce was sweeter than Italians usually do it. But it was still tomato sauce. Yeah, it was really good, and I want to go back.
It wasn't quite yakisoba. Someone said it was yakisoba noodles. It was about the thickness of the yakisoba noodle and everything, but just slightly different. It was very interesting. It was Peach's favorite restaurant, so they took us to Peach's favorite restaurant. And just like someone was saying, I love the food if you can't. Be honest, if it's a food you like, it can't go wrong getting it in Japan. It always is amazing. So, Eric Trill says not to be too sassy, but your artwork has motivated me and helped me learn so incredibly much over the years. Thanks for doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Earlier when we were trying to work out our audio issues and everything, Eric Trill was saying that they've improved a ton. They've gotten so much better and been working on their art since then.
Awesome. It'd be fun to bring that back. And you,
When did you switch cards? What? You're doing a book right now.
I'm a ninja.
Like ninja keeps switching cards.
My attention span is short.
Okay, so people are asking now, you tease, are these ones that you've been sketching on here going to be for auction?
Sure.
Alright, so the auction, the sketches.
Because you guys probably aren't going to let me finish them, huh?
We'll get them auctioned, we'll get them ready for auction tomorrow. Again, times for tomorrow, the advertisement, but basically, it's,
1 to 3, 4 to 6.
This is all mountain time. So 1 to 3 p.m., then 4 to 6, then 7 to 9. And we'll get these all a little cleaned up and ready for an auction tomorrow. I'm getting a couple questions. Sorry. Favorite indie comic series or artist?
Indie comic series or artist.
I don't know. We were having that whole discussion on how they started their own comic book series, and all those guys kind of made it big.
Image? I don't think Image is indie. I mean, I guess if I could count that, Image was really interesting. They did a lot of cool stuff. It's a lot of work. And a lot of... Oh, yeah. Saga was great. No, they're... I don't know who the publisher is, but they're more indie. A lot of those early Image stuff. David Mack?
I don't know if I'm really indie. I'm just telling you, I'm putting out mine. Steve's not coming up with answers. I love David Mack.
He's Laird.
Oh! Schlock Mercenary.
Oh, Schlock Mercenary? Yeah. It's a great one. Shout out to Howard Taylor.
Yeah. Howard Taylor. He could be one of our good friends. So we're a bit biased. They also asked if you could be the art director for the next Magic Universes Beyond what franchise would you pick?
That's an interesting question. The hard part about Universes Beyond is it seems like half of them piss people off because they're like too far off. Because like if I were to say do an Invader Zim Universes Beyond, that would be amazing. I think I'd get a lot of hate because it's really not very magic.
That would be great. I love it.
My battery. I need my battery. All right, I'm gonna walk in front of the camera. Deal with it. And then they're gonna see my awesome. Yeah. Skin cells. There you go, guys.
Yeah, I do an Invader Zim Universes Beyond.
I like that. It's a good one.
Because there are serious franchises I would like, but I also kind of wouldn't like them in Magic. Like Star Wars, one of my favorite things. Oh, have Elfheimer raid the...
Just.
They would...
It's the same dude unset with Invaders.
That'd be great. That would be great. They kind of did Neon Dynasty kind of already did a little of what.
I'm so mad that
It's funny because, like, for years, every time I would talk to an art director in person, I'm like, okay, if you ever bring back Kamigawa or Phyrexia, I want that. Especially, like, I know you guys keep saying you're never going to do Kamigawa, but, like, that's my thing, right? I've done, like, 400 Legend of the Five Rings cards. I like Asian stuff. Let me do, like, if you ever bring it back, I will be so mad if you don't call me. And so they brought it back and they didn't call me. And then they combined the two things, and they still didn't call me. Zach Stella was very nice. He heard that, and he's one that I didn't mention that to because I'd only met him very briefly at Vegas. Well, yeah, he wasn't an art director when we met him. But he heard that, so it's like, okay, well, we don't. I mean, that stuff's done. But we can kind of sneak you in and do a token, a construct token. That's like it can be a Kamigawa thing. Like, so my construct is kind of a metal origami unicorn dragon thing. That was the apology. It's like, oh, well, here we didn't know. I worked with most of the time I worked with art directors. It was just one or two of them at a time, and they've had a lot. There's a lot of them that are newer that I haven't actually worked with or talked to. So.
Eric Charles asked if you've seen Blue Eye Samurai. You haven't seen it?
No, it's on our need to watch list. I imagine it's a recommendation. That's why you're asking.
We are at Rack 9, and I'm okay going a little overtime since we started a bit late. But I'm going to use a little bit of this time to again tell people what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have Whatnot up with its options ready, and be adding options and be doing that there. The sketch you saw today, we will finish the sketch and only the sketch and learn to stop. I love you, Steve.
Stop.
And it's been voted on. They voted Steve that you will sell selfies. So we'll have some sketches that were done today for sale in the auction. Some of the ones that were just color or that were just sketches that you wanted more on. We voted that we want them to be for sale tomorrow. We demoed some other stuff that we'll auction, and then Steve will have his paints out, and we'll start working on pieces that they also did the pre-orders for and sent in. We will also do the auctions for some of the weird and unique one-offs that are around our house. So we'll have the little blob with the Kurt butt for sale. The angel with the Kurt butt. We'll have that one-off playmat tomorrow. Again, the times tomorrow will be from, this is Mountain Time, 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 to 6, and then 7 to 9. So come and join us tomorrow. We will also be doing it on Sunday. So we hope to see you guys on here again and chat. And it's wonderful to see the minions, all of our friends from the Sketch and Scotch days, and our new friends who we pressured to come over from YouTube and Facebook. I apologize to YouTube and Facebook for the bad audio, but when you guys come tomorrow, Whatnot's got the good audio. Come over and join on Whatnot. The links are, if you go to Steve's Facebook page, he was doing posts about where we're going to be streaming to. It'll have the link to Whatnot there. So you guys can join over. And yeah, old and new friends alike. We hope we see you. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming and participating in our experiment.
Yes, maybe we'll continue and we'll get better and better. Hey Steve,
Hmm?
we're gonna call Howard Lyon and see if he'll come over and join us tomorrow.
I feel bad like springing it on him. I mean, if Howard was watching and was like, hey,
Poke his face on a camera anymore.
because I conspired a little bit with Howard and Jason Angle when all of us got rejected for Amsterdam, which is happening this weekend at the same. We all got rejected at the same time. And we're like, we should just do our own, you know. And we talked about
He was supportive and you just follow.
like it's. I've kind of. I don't want to say half-assed, but like I've had so many other things going on between when we talked about that to now that everything's kind of been like, oh crap, if we're gonna do it, we have to like do it now. And so everything's been a little seat of the pants, and I didn't coordinate with Howard and Jason.
MTG Artist Group's joke that it's Howard's model. How many pieces have you modeled for Howard? So we were saying you modeled Gideon. And you guys look at that card. It's totally Steve. Favorite background.
For Magic, I think it's just the one.
I know for a fact it's not. Go for the eyes.
Oh, Minx and Boo. Yes.
Model from Inskin Boo.
Okay, so yeah.
The face means, of course, already has a face, but it was the body model for Howard Lyon's and then you also modeled for Kaladin for
The Stormlight Archive.
the Stormlight Archive for Howard.
Someone beat me to buying the original, and I asked him about it before anybody had seen it. So somebody's fast.
Maybe you should have Howard have some words.
Like he posted it, and I texted him like, I want that. Like I want to buy that. And he's like, I sold it like a couple weeks ago. Like, what? How? How? No one has seen it until today.
Howard Lyon stalkers.
I think it ended up that Brandon bought it, which that makes sense.
Oh, the Kaladin.
Yeah.
He gets first writer's refusal on all the pieces he's missions.
I mean, yeah. Can't blame the guy.
Anyway, I think that's we're at time, so
It's good stopping point.
I'll be back. Scott, will you be here tomorrow hanging out with us? All right. You want to come and wave to the camera so people can see who's off camera?
Scott has been a tremendous help. He's the one who set up all these cameras. He got all of And a lot of you have met Scott either on Sketch and Scotch, or he helps us out at conventions quite a bit too. So you may have met him in person. But yeah, he's humbly hiding behind the cameras, but he does a ton for all of us. Thank you, Scott. You're the best.
So actually, that was one of my statements. Is I think we'll say we officially end, but do we want to troubleshoot some stuff right now?
I think it's also,
I think it's software.
because at least up to here, I'm not, so it could be the Gato. I don't think it is. So I'm thinking there's something with the, I don't know, I'm thinking there. Which is.
Because as soon as the top camera came back on, which is the Gato, we got the echo back.
Yeah. So.
Which kind of makes me think, why is what not doing it? Having a problem. Or maybe whatnot is smart enough that it has its own noise canceling.
It's possible. I just wonder if there's something across those, because it's feeding out to a different channel.
I wonder if there's a music we have to have on one channel.
Yeah, once you get into that aspect of the screen, you're lost. So, as far as these cameras, I think we're clear.
Alright. Feel free to jump off if you guys don't want to stay on any longer. We will be on for Steve's just gonna keep sketching.
I just draw stuff.
But you'll see me and Scott walking back and forth, and audio might drop or might come back. We're gonna do a little troubleshoot.
So, I do think it's somewhere inside some theater.
Alright. I am not camera ready, but you guys get to see that.
That's always camera ready.
See, Kat says that, and these are her pajamas. But
My pajamas.
like that's Kat's style. She even looks good. Just in her pajamas are highly stylish.
Ooh. I am stylish. Okay, where's the Gato control?
It's that little 4K thing.
Usually echo isn't like software's a weird place. It's usually.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to mute something right here and see if it works.
What happens?
Okay.
Now I have to go. I muted something there. Let's see if we still have audio. Have to put my headphones back in, or someone can tell us. Alright, gotta wait for my audio to come back.
Let me just talk to Steve.
Okay, so we still have
Okay,
audio.
I'm talking so that we can test for echo.
Alright, I'm going back to Facebook.
That was a Rush album, right? I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm not big enough to remember if it's an actual Rush album, though. Or if it's just a song.
I don't think Instagram's echoing, at least I can't hear it on my phone. I can't hear an echo in Instagram on my phone.
Facebook is still really behind.
We can repeat that.
Okay, keep talking, Steve. You promised.
Okay, sorry. Rush was one of my favorite bands when I was in high school.
That's only because you're in a hurry.
I even saw them in concert. It was like one of the first concerts I went to. I was like
Yeah, I fixed it.
15 or 16.
That was it?
I think so.
Yay!
Hooray!
I think we might be good.
Let me check on Facebook, or on YouTube, I mean.
We might be good.
I love Rush. I got to see their Vapor Trails tour.
Yeah, you've been somewhat recently. Like
Yeah.
it's been in the last few years. You went.
A few years.
And Geddy Lee's amazing. Because, like, he's just an
Yeah, Echo's
amazing
gone.
bass player. Yay!
Though the weird thing also, my mic works on Whatnot, but my mic does not work on Facebook or.
That's odd. Why would that be?
Going back to Whatnot to verify that.
So one of the fun Wolverine stories that I doubt we got some good nerds on here, so they may have seen, but there was a little graphic novel that was Wolverine and Havoc, and I think it was just called Wolverine and Havoc, but it was.
Sienkiewicz? Oh, no, that's different.
Sorry, I need to talk about
I'm trying to remember who the artist was because it was like a watercolor and gouache, and it was a really exaggerated style, and the way he did Wolverine was really kind of fun. He was just like a slob. He was always wearing that tank top that he usually wears, but usually it looks pretty good in it, right? Because he's jacked. But he was on vacation with Havoc, and they had a bet. Neither of them could use their powers. And so they were just like sitting around drinking on a beach somewhere, and he just had the look of what Wolverine would look like without his mutant healing factor. You know, he had a gut, he had a big red alcoholic nose.
Can he control that?
No.
That's what I was wondering. Like, don't use your powers. You're like, I'm Wolverine.
Well, everything in that comic was really stylized and exaggerated. The bad guy was Kingpin.
Joel Simmons.
Oh,
That sounds familiar. Is that it? Is that who it was?
My mic's not working anymore.
no, it is not.
But like Kingpin is always one of these big, crazy, exaggerated characters, and
Batteries are.
I remember that he was even for Kingpin pretty crazy.
So I was saying Wolverine and Havoc Meltdown.
Yeah, that's the one.
That Astroxo called that out.
I wonder if I still have that. My
Good.
my comic collection has migrated from one friend to another, and some of them came back. Some of them came back with extras, like stuff that I didn't ever buy,
Cutting out again.
which is kind of nice.
So
I got a whole bunch of like Hellboy and stuff that I know I hadn't bought, but
You inherited some new ones. So, sorry, and like I said, we're troubleshooting, guys. So, what it was is that the speaker was on here. And you mentioned it was the software, and that's made me think that the software had a speaker on. So, hopefully, we have that fixed for next time. And so we can stream to all those places. But I still recommend coming to Whatnot, because that one did the auto noise canceling or something. By the way, someone did say this is done.
oh, is it? It's time to quit. This
I
one's
guess
done?
he might still need clothes. He needs his clothes.
It's pretty sketchy, but you know, sketchy's fun.
Did you do that?
Wait, what?
everybody, okay, hold on. We're gonna.
Did you
There
do that
is
on
still
purpose?
18 people on Whatnot. So
'Kay.
People, are we pretty much done on this Wolverine?
So this is a problem I have in both professional and private work is nothing's ever finished unless like it has to be. I push everything all the way until it's like, hey, we're going to the printers. Where is it?
Yep, and I agree with MTG Artist Proof. It's kind of what I said is just a little detail on the hands to match the rest, and I think you're good. Maybe give them some packs. But pretty much you're done. Finish that up. Okay, is there another
A million
technical
upgrades.
test we need to do, Scott?
If that goes clear, I think we're good.
Yeah, we fixed it. Now if it can stay fixed
Yes,
tomorrow,
that'll be the trick.
and then if Steve can figure out how to make Whatnot work so we can actually sell stuff, because it's
Yeah.
a convention. Oh wait, we can call this preview night.
Yeah, preview night.
Preview night. We don't sell stuff on preview. And you're a little tease.
I was warned that you don't sell a whole lot your first stream on Whatnot, and I mean, we sold nothing, so successful first Whatnot.
All right. Well, our preview night was good. Thank you for being here to help us with the technical difficulties and just to BS with us, guys.
Yeah.
Hurt you.
Tomorrow we will do painting.
That's another nice thing about doing it from home is, number one, I can sit on my couch. Steve has ice cold Mountain Dews,
Oh, tap.
and we can use real paint and don't have to worry about me or Steve or someone spilling paint all over the playmats.
Well, and you just can't do paint at a convention for so many reasons. It's messy, and I mean, what are you gonna? You're like, here, this will dry in 2 to 3 weeks. Make sure it doesn't touch anything. Like,
Steve, Astroxo ruined your zero money made.
how?
Astroxo tipped.
Oh,
You can tip.
you could.
So Astroxo tipped you.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Zero money made. You
We
broke.
were so close.
Mission failed.
Isn't it the rule usually for preview night you can't sell anything, and now you've ruined preview night?
Steve's gonna get kicked out.
Okay, but that's
of
the
the
thing.
convention.
The rule is you can't sell anything at preview night, and everyone does anyway. It's just really sneaky. So this is perfect. It's the
Astroxo
perfect
being
preview night.
sneaky.
Yeah,
Here's a tip.
I know I can't buy anything,
Here's a tip.
but I'm gonna go look at this somewhere else, and I'm gonna leave this here. I don't remember what's going on. Yeah.
You can always tip. That they usually do say that. Hey, I'm gonna tip you here at preview night. Astroxo knows his way around.
May have left a tip for a few artists at Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
He was so
Howard Lyon is going to, I think it's his first San Diego Comic-Con this year.
first con?
Yeah. He's going to be there with Cascade Games.
Yep, in the magic section.
So if anybody's going to San Diego, go visit Howard. He will be at the Marriott. They do all the magic stuff at the Marriott.
Magic area.
Which also, you don't need a pass.
Yeah, you don't need tickets.
You don't need a Comic-Con ticket.
Not for the Marriott.
Unless they changed it. The years that I've gone there, I worked for Tim 3 years there. You do not need a Comic-Con pass unless they've changed
Okay.
their system.
I mean, I haven't been in 10 years.
Yeah, but I haven't been since pre-pandemic, so I don't know if they changed anything. But as of that point, you did not need a pass to access the magic area.
Okay.
Now everyone's trying to figure out how to tip.
You've tipped the scales.
I'll click his name up top. That's fine. Okay. Thank you guys for being our guinea pigs,
Yeah.
as always.
We'll pick this back up tomorrow. I hope you guys can join us. And I think we worked out enough kinks that we'll hit the ground running a little bit better than tomorrow.
Fingers
So,
crossed, don't jinx us.
okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. And yeah, thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe whenever. But thanks again.
Good nights.
They're gonna hear me sing.
So if that was that, so yeah, I guess your headphones are cool.
Okay, we are off on What's Not.